get in here. Hey guys, welcome back to Grand Tactician. It has been a while since we played this. We're gonna start off with a little bit of a battle. I did most of this off screen actually, so it's not gonna be too much longer. But then, as the days go on, we should have a massive battle coming in the future. Because I played some off screen and backed it up because my new gaming mouse, the battery died on it, and my reaction time was much slower. And so I'm like, well, I got defeated, but I almost did win despite being outnumbered massively. So I was like, I want to make sure that it was a legit loss and it was just not dependent on my battery dying on the mouse. So, that's why we're going to redo that battle I did off screen, which is this one, and most likely the one that comes after this. Right now, we're playing a defensive battle, which we need to make sure that those defensive battles are victories. Then when we get the time to, we will go on the offensive into the north when we get strong enough to do so. But right now, we're going to play a defensive game. Hold up, guys. I want to make sure that I'm actually live because the last time I went live, it actually never went through. So I want to make sure that I'm actually live right now. YouTube Studio. Okay, I want to bring this up and make sure that I'm actually live. Mm, I don't know why my live is not going through. Hold up, I gotta go back on the computer, make sure this is running the way it should. Because it doesn't appear that I actually am going live for you guys. So I need to make sure that it's actually going through.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guess we are live because I just got the notification that my stream is going through. But just as a verification, I'm going to go check my computer version of YouTube Studio and see what's going on here. Okay, we are live. Fantastic. Alright. We're officially live. Alright. That's fantastic. So, let's get back to the game here. Sorry for the delay, guys. I wanted to make sure everything was going through the way it should. Now we can get back to the game. Now, I would like to say that you guys are going to have to give me a little bit of grace here, because on my new mouse, there's side buttons, okay? And sometimes when I'm trying to position troops, I click out of it because I bumped the side buttons, okay? So until I get used to it, I might be doing some dumb stuff that might appear to be dumb. I'm trying to keep my thumb on the platform, but even so, I have to be careful when I'm clicking. Alright, so just to fill you in on the battle that's taking place right now, we're essentially bombarding the Union troops from the other side of the river. Due to this fact, it is massively in our favor because all we're doing is bombarding them from the other side. You can see that there is massive amounts of bodies, even on our end of the river as well, because they've tried to cross multiple times over. And have been absolutely gunned down. All things considered. So, as you can see, it's just a murderous bombardment is what it is. There's over 100 guns going off here. There's over 100 guns going off right now. That's why it's so loud. Okay, I'm gonna try and move this division. And again, have some grace because, again, I'm getting used to this new mouse and how it's configured. So, your grace would be appreciated. There we go. That'll help that. Oh. Yeah, that's just murderous bombardment. Nothing short of it. It's just murderous. And we got that artillery gun. Oh. That Union battery probably doesn't have too much water before it falls back. Oh, they're dropping by the thousands now. That's insane. And there goes that brigade that's retreating across the river. Take one of these regiments and try to okay. I'm trying to wipe out the other cannon over here if I can. There we go. Yeah, I'm finding if I keep my hand on the platform, I'm fine. And none of that stuff happens, but it's gonna be something to get used to, that's for sure. And that line's retreating now. And that battery is now retreating as well. Do like a cavalry charge in now. Okay. There we go. Nice flanking action with the cavalry here. Enemies retreating. Okay. Yeah. That was awful. That was awesome. Glorious victory on Alexander. Awesome. So, now the task remains getting the army, the rest of the army's ready to fight. And what are we doing right now? Yes. We're doing the 2-year contracts for the Confederacy recruitment. I wanted to check and see what we were doing before I said anything about what we were doing. I think next time we're going to be doing the industry so we can upgrade our industry, and then we'll see what goes on. But once we wait those couple of days to get the 2-year contracts, I'm going to start to build up the rest of the Confederate Army to block the other entrances into the Confederacy. Like I said at the beginning of the video, here at the beginning we're going to be playing as a defensive war. We're not going to be going on the offensive until we're geared up to do so. And when I say geared up to do so, I'm talking geared up to do so. So, my plan is getting all the armies ready to go, and then we're going to push into the north when we're exactly ready to do so. Alright, what do we got here? We got some industry saved up. I kind of want to save that though. Alright. So let's play the game. We're going to wait till these 2-year contracts come up. And then we'll decide what we're going to do from there. I guess the glitch fixed itself though. I almost want to build a brickworks so that we can build buildings faster. We need factories big time. Okay. Yeah. Well, when we get the 2-year contracts, I'll start building up the other armies that we have. I'm gonna move the Florida State Militia to here. Because it's likely that the Union forces could come this way, so. There can't be too much longer on that. Nope. Not even a day. 0.8 days till we get 2-year contracts. Okay, Confederacy gets 2-year contracts. Alright. Open up the policy range thing. And honestly, I feel like we should go into industry yet again, and then maybe we'll go into agriculture. I'm not sure what we'll do in regards to that specifically. But now that I have the 2-year contracts, the first army I would like to build up is the Army of Tennessee. So we can put the Army of Tennessee on guard on Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. Alright. So now we're going to begin to build the Army of Tennessee. I'm going to get rid of these units here because I'm going to replace them with the configured units that we have now. Okay, let's get 3 divisions of infantry, and then go from there. 3 brigades each, so 9,000 men each for the infantry divisions. Okay, that's our infantry taken care of for the Army of Tennessee. Now we gotta do the cavalry. Oh jeez. Cancel. Okay. That's 2 cavalry divisions. We need 1 more. And then that army is set to go. Alright. Very, very cool. Now we have to do the artillery. Three each. This is gonna be, which might not seem like a lot, but it's gonna give us over 100 guns for this army, guys. So it's not a small amount. Well over 100 guns. So it might look like a small army, when in reality, this is not a small army. It's compared to what will be in the later war, but this is not a small army. Hampton's division. Okay, the Army of the Potomac. Let's do that one. And then I believe we will be set to go for a little bit. Because we also need to watch our economic system as well. Like I said, I'm gonna get rid of all these. And rebuild the army from scratch. Army of the Potomac. And I just torn apart the Western Army, but that's alright. I don't use it very much anyway, at least at the moment. So, and just get things set up for the Army of the Potomac right now. We could do all the artillery first. I think that's what we're going to do, just because it's what I have selected right now. Alright. Now we're gonna do the 3 infantry divisions. There we go. I'm gonna just ban this. I forgot to turn off the artillery. I didn't even want artillery. To be perfectly honest. I forgot to deactivate the recruitment of artillery. Okay. Here we go. With all that deactivated now, we should be composing our armies the way we want to. And before we go to war, guys, we're going to be sitting for a while, like I said, because we got to wait for these troops to come in. It's not going to be instantaneous. You have the Army of Northwest. I've been doing the Army of Northwest the entire time. That's okay though. I can move them in the Army of the Potomac spot, I guess. Or I can have them guard the spot that they're at, but after I'm done with this, I'm probably not going to have much manpower left. So, I might have to just move them to where I initially intended the Army of the Potomac to go. Alright. It's the Northwest Army. Now, I want to see if we can't get the Army of the Potomac done as well. I'm hoping we can, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure, was a cavalry commander, I think. But, do not quote me on that. Okay. 3 down the board. Okay, awesome. Well, we got most of the important people done. We have one more for the infantry to go into the Army of the Potomac. And we have an entire artillery section to do. But I'm still gonna move the army, the Northwestern Army, to where I intended the Army of the Potomac to go. Because these guys aren't in the Army of the Potomac are not remotely ready. They still have artillery to get. Okay. I will be back in a minute. I have to go take care of something. But I'm not gonna leave this stream off because I don't want to set that up again. But I do want to take care of something real quick. Because I think something's coming to a head in my life, and if it is what I think it is, I'm not going to shut the stream off because of that. So, as I said, where's the Northwest Army here? Right here. Okay. So I'm gonna move the Northern West Army right here. They can move to around Winchester for when that big battle happens. Oh, and we're retaking Alexander, which is fantastic. That's what we needed to happen. Alright. So the Army of the Northwest is moving forward to make sure that that railroad into Virginia is not crossed. I know there's a big battle coming in the future. That much I do know. Which reminds me, I want to put the Army of Tennessee over here. Sitting at that point, I want to give him orders to use train tracks. Bam. There we go. We got the Army of Tennessee moving. We also have the Florida State Militia moving to sit on that railroad track where I have a suspicion they're going to move next. Like I said, we're going to be playing a defensive battle for now until we get the forces and the technology to overpower the Union forces, even in their own territory. So, that's the plan there. But it has been almost an hour. Guys, I think I'm going to call it and call it good for right now. Just because I'm getting a little bit distracted by people. If I finish this up fast enough, I will be back in the same day so that you guys are aware. But for now, I will see you guys later. And I hope you guys enjoyed.